What's up guys, LMB Productions here, and this will be my final LEGO City update on my channel, as the channel itself will be coming to a close very shortly, and I figured that this would be an appropriate time to do a video like this, showcasing all that I have accomplished in the city over the past few years. Now believe it or not, the only complete overview I've ever done was my first video ever on the channel. That was the only time I actually went over everything in the city all in one video. So I will put a link to that in the cards in this video, if you guys want to head over there and check that out. But as I was saying earlier guys, the channel is winding down. I will be going into more detail with all that in a separate video, since this video will go on for way too long if I add all that in. So this video will strictly be a complete overview. So I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the tour. And here we go. So I'll be starting off in the small residential section here, where we have the apple tree house and the family house. So we have some kids playing basketball out in the front there, and we do have a pretty serious police chase in the works. We have some criminals on bikes, but they won't get very far because we have a police blockade underneath the elevated rail there. Have a lot of cops keeping LEGO City safe. And here's my custom elevated platform for the elevated rail. Pretty happy with the way that turned out. And here's the older fire station. And here's the LEGO City farm. So we have some activity going on here. We have the tractors all the way down there. There's a closer look at that. And here's a look at my parking lot that I have behind the buildings on Main Street. And I have a little roadway that goes all the way down, and it connects to the road over there. And I have some space for vehicles behind the fire station. And here's the center of the city, where I have Main Street as well as all the modular buildings. And I really love the way they look all lined up together. So I have the Grand Emporium, Town Hall, Pet Shop, and Palace Cinema. And here's a better look at the little road that runs behind the buildings on Main Street. And speaking of those buildings, the first one here is my custom LEGO City Medical Center that I built last summer. And I did a bunch of videos on those if you want to check them out. I'll put those in the cards as well. And all the way down there we have the toy and grocery shop, as well as the City Corner Pizzeria and Bike Shop. Here's a look from the other end. There's the Palace Cinema. And we do have some Star Wars characters out there, since May the 4th was only a few days ago. And here's a pretty good view of the entire main section of the city. So we have the residential zone here, and the business district in the middle. And all the way on the other end here we have the bank and my custom police station. So here in the front we have a little parking area for the bank truck to unload some money. And here's the police station. I did do a video on that, so I'll put a link to that in the cards. And I'll show you a front view right now. And there's a better look at that. Here's another aerial view for you guys. One of my favorite views personally. And last but not least, we have the LEGO City Airport. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the city because it is so unique. So over here in this corner we have the air traffic control tower, as well as a little pond there with some landscaping, and I do have some fish in there. And on the other end here we have an engine fire, but luckily we have the airport fire truck to put it out. And here we have some X-Men on the runway by the helicopter, and that is Wolverine's Chopper Showdown. That is the name of the set. And here we have the helicopter transporter. Now across the airport here we have the main elevated platform, and I'll show you how the passengers board in just a bit. We have the large jumbo jet with some passengers boarding, the luggage cart, as well as some fuel being put into the wing. And here's the terminal, and we have a man coming through the checkpoint there to retrieve his luggage after being checked by the security officer. And here is the taxi area. So we have the airmail plane, as well as the helicopter and limo there. And we also have the cargo truck which is being loaded up to bring the items into the city for retail. And I will now show you the entrance. So upon entering the airport, you will have to stop at the gatehouse there to be checked. And once you are approved, the gate will go up and you will come into the parking lot right over here. And from there, you will then walk across and get checked by this officer with the canine unit. Once you are checked by him, you can go ahead and follow these passengers to that checkpoint, where you can then proceed up these steps to the platform and board the train. Now if you wish to board a flight, you must be checked by this officer here, who will then escort you across the runway into the terminal, where you will then be greeted by the TSA officer at the desk, and he will give you the clearance to proceed outside to retrieve your luggage, which has been checked by this officer here, and he will give you the clearance to proceed down this walkway through the final checkpoint, and once you are through that, you are free to board your flight. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this complete overview. I really hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. And I will now run the train for a little bit. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.